Hi there, Julie Russo here, creator of Structures of Equality, where we're making sense of number stories. If you're new to structures, they're a reading comprehension tool that enhances students' understanding of word problems. Before we get started, make sure you remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post weekly videos with actionable tips. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified when they're available. When introducing a repeated equal group structure of equality, I present the story with the question removed. Doing that helps us really focus on the reading comprehension piece. As we know, that's where the students struggle most. So taking the questions off prevents the students to jump to solve. So here's an example of a story that we could use a repeated equal group structure of equality to map out. There are 3 rows of apples with 6 apples in each row. That's it. That's the story. So I would start with, does the story have a main character? Not really. Where might this story take place? Perhaps in an orchard. Having a conversation about what an orchard is might be necessary. Maybe in the kitchen, somebody's kitchen. Does the story have an action or a verb? It does, but there's not a physical action occurring in this story. What's the thing or item that's being composed or decomposed? Well, we're composing apples, so that's the thing or unit. What's the math main idea in this story? We have 3 rows of apples with 6 apples in each row. So we have groups of 6 apples being repeated. Therefore, we would use a repeated equal group structure of equality to help map this story out. So then I would start with drawing the vertical line of the structure of equality and talk about what the vertical line represents. Then I would draw a horizontal line and talk about what the horizontal line represents. And I would write the labels on the array. Once we've done that, then I would reveal the values and put the values in on the structure of equality. And we would keep the values low. So when you introduce a structure of equality, it's important to focus on the language and not worry so much about the computation piece. So keeping the values low helps us do that. So I'd insert values less than 10, even in the upper grades, I would do that. So then I would say structures of equality have 3 important elements to them, and I would point out those 3 important elements. They have values, they have labels, and they represent equality. In a repeated equal group structure of equality, the equality is represented by the groups being repeated, the equal groups being repeated. I would close by saying that structures of equality help us understand what the number story is asking us to do. When you map out a number story using a structure of equality, I can see what your brain is doing. I can see that you understand what this story is saying, and I can see that you understand the relationships occurring in the story. Once we've done that work, then I would go back to the beginning and go ahead and add that question back in and let those students solve that problem after we've gone through the reading comprehension piece. If you'd like to explore this idea more, you'll find links to this resource in the description below. I'm always open to new ideas, so if there's another resource you'd find helpful, leave me a comment and let me know.